Hello everyone, I'm Duncan, and Momo, look at you gentlemen.
Man, I wanted to do once like properly dressed and not actually lying down in bed. So now you can see my room, and I'm not sure that is improvement, man.
Man,
It look
it looks fancy.
it doesn't look fancy at all, man.
Look at those wooden, whatever they are called.
Man, it looks like shit. But doesn't matter. So this episode we are doing, man, it's long name. I even already forgot it. But basically, we are moving to new system in Cosmere.
As far as I
And how?
know, we
Yes,
only have this system and Drominate system. So it's Threnodite and Drominate
yes,
system, and we have those little two stories. As far as I know, like I said, that's the only thing we didn't cover. If somebody
yes,
finds something else that we missed, please do tell us.
yes. And this episode we will do Threnodite system and this short story. And before we start, I just wanted to say, because our last review was harsh of White Sands, but this is everything that I like wanted White Sands to be. Maybe a little bit longer, whatever, but this is the type of story that I kinda like. He introduced new system. He introduced, like, I don't know, I enjoyed characters, I enjoyed plot, and it was 20 pages. While that comic was 3 volumes, and I swear it could have fit in these 20 pages everything that was done there, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's also like this is, in my opinion, right way to introduce new system, new planets, new characters. If you do not plan to make anything in near future, like give us a little tidbits.
By the way, because I posted our episode on Facebook, I got few responses, and they say that there is actually a different version of White Sands, which is just like story.
But
Uh,
is it same story?
yeah,
I wouldn't like it.
yeah, yeah, but still, I think I would still like it more than I liked comic book.
It's like the point of that story is to kind of, in our opinion, glorify that canton. Or maybe that's just shoehorn into the story. It was completely unnecessary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, probably. But now let's talk a little bit about this Threnodite system and what we know from Ars Arcanum and I don't know, Word of Brandon or whatever. So
Can I
basically,
ask you
this
one
is
thing
okay.
before we start? If you would name one thing that you find most fascinating about this system, what would it be? Like, if Brandon was to make a book in this system, which part are you finding the most, like, you can't wait to read about it?
Evil. I mean, if you guys didn't maybe read or whatever, evil is apparently there was a little bit of history about this world. Apparently, humanity here precedes shards, and this is not shard world, but apparently after shattering of Adonalsium, battle was fought not on the planet but above it, between ambition and odium, obviously. I heard that mercy was also maybe there, but apparently during that fight, odium, I don't know how to even say it, but he tore chunk of ambition, and that chunk probably landed on this world, and this chunk is probably what is responsible, I presume, for this forest of hell, and I presume also for that evil. So basically now you have two continents. One is where is this forest of hell, and another is normal continent. And humanity lived on that other continent, but suddenly that some evil showed up and everybody had to run. And apparently now humanity lives in this, I don't know, forest of hell I presume humanity is not numbering large amount of people now because it's simply, I think, too hard. Like you literally need to circle everything in silver where you wanna live. Just imagine prices of silver, man.
Yeah. To me, it's just so fascinating, man. How unique his worlds are. Like,
Yeah, and he pulled this out of literally nowhere, man.
it's crazy. Like two continents. Like that's just
Yes,
that.
I actually read that George R. Martin came to him, and he was compiling some like book with different stories from different authors, and he just asked him, can you do one? And Brandon said, oh, no problem, and he just pulled it out of his ass, man. And I'm so interested in this world, I swear.
You see, I feel that also for White Sand, but much less enthusiastic after what we
Yeah,
witnessed with Canton.
I mean, I wanna learn more about White Sands, but on the other hand, I really don't care much.
Yeah, and if somebody told me which one do you want first to get,
Oh, Threnodite for sure.
you see,
Man,
what a difference.
these forests of hell and what is that evil? It really is bugging me. I really like wanna find out.
Yeah, that's how I felt. It's exactly the same, and like I don't know, like do you know what else I felt a little bit? Like I was thinking about it, and as I was reading it, when they clashed, Odium and Ambition, uh, I feel both of them influence the world in some way. And whenever for example, those guys, when they get angry, those spirits, those
Yes.
shadows, they get enraged. They get really, really like red eyes, angry. And that somehow reminded me of Odium. So I feel maybe that's the. Like, I can't imagine that Odium wasn't at least a little bit hurt in that clash. So maybe there is some residue of Odium as well here, but probably a lot of ambition as well.
Yeah, but I am not finding like connection from ambition to these, I don't know how to call them, these shadows.
But how not? Don't you see how they are like mindlessly enraged when they sniff blood, for example?
Okay, that is odium, but I don't find connection with ambition.
I
That's what I said.
well, we don't know. For example, we have no clue what's that evil.
Yeah,
Like we don't
yeah.
know. Of course, there might be something with ambitions.
And I cannot maybe even comprehend how like ambition would manifest itself.
Well,
That's also I mean I can comprehend, but maybe that is not the road that Brandon will take.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Maybe he will surprise us.
for sure.
I mean, so far all these shards, I mean, their intents uh, were kind of logical to me. I mean, Ruin wanted to destroy, preservation wanted to preserve, honor was, stupidly honorable, odium, hateful, everything fit. Endowment, you can, breathe life into things. But, thing is, I don't remember having these thoughts before I read these books. And now maybe they are logical to me because I already read. Maybe before I read these books, maybe I wouldn't think of it this way.
Of course, it's completely different perspective. But to
Yeah.
me, it's really one of the most interesting parts about reading New World in Cosmere is actually trying to find shard influence. Like I always think about that. Yeah.
I heard
It doesn't matter.
that. Yeah, I mean, I truly enjoy. I mean, it was like 20 pages long. I devoured it. I enjoy everything from the plot, but for these kind of stories, for me, like these short stories that are in some huge like universe. For me, it's much more important information that I get about larger Cosmere than than the plot. I mean, plot was nothing too spectacular, but short, simple story, nothing too grand, nothing small story, personal story. And I think that was the difference between White Sand, because I think in White Sands he tried to tell too big of a story, too grand of the story in kind of short time.
Yeah.
I think that was a huge problem.
And it turned out to be very fake. To me,
At least to me. But I generally from comments on YouTube on Facebook, I can safely say that I think majority of people feel various degrees like we do.
Oh, yeah. I kinda expected it as well.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they don't hate it, but they definitely find it one of the weakest, if not the weakest, of Brandon's work so far.
I'm glad.
Hopefully, so far.
I'm glad we were not the only ones.
I was expecting a lot of shit thrown our way, but I was pleasantly surprised. But anyway, that's it that I have to say about this system. Next week we will do last system that we have to do, and after that we can start some other episodes. We still don't know what we will do after we finish next episode, and we would appreciate also you guys maybe trying to help us find out what our next project should be. Should it be still in Cosmere, some special episodes, or maybe we should move somewhere else, Wheel of Time, I don't know. There is a lot of fantasy out there, but we are not sure what to do in future. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.